3 News Now Web Extra.
So what we're exploring in the very preliminary stages is encrypting our main radio channels. So we have 5 main radio channels for each of the 5 precincts, and right now anyone from the public can listen to those. It's open to the media, obviously. And what we're exploring right now is encrypting those. So what that would mean is that would take that open or public access away. And what we're trying to determine is if that's adds value to what our mission is as a department, and if that's a viable option for moving forward. And mainly because of a safety piece. Obviously, public safety is at the forefront of what we do, and just an officer safety aspect of it too. There's having an open channel radio. Anyone's able to listen to it, and obviously you have anyone from someone just sits in their living room listening to it, all the way to the criminal element listening to it as well. So that makes it a challenge for law enforcement to, on the tactical side of things, or just showing up to radio calls. Those folks have that access, and they're able to possibly circumvent some of our responses. And so that's kind of what we're looking into at the very preliminary level of what that looks like if we were to go encrypted with all of our public channels, and weighing that against our mission and what we're trying to do, and also transparency as well. We obviously want to be very transparent with the public and let them know what we're doing when it's feasible and safe to do so on the public safety side of things, and also on the officer safety side of things. So that's kind of where we're at this point.
And when you talk about the 5 public channels right now, how many more channels are there? I mean, do you guys have a bunch of radio channels now that are encrypted already?
We do. We have separate talk groups that we utilize. The 5 main ones are our main talk group. Those are obviously public. We do have some encrypted channels. For each precinct, they have a secure channel. So sometimes when you're listening, you'll hear officers switching to a different channel. That's what they're doing, and that's more for some of the tactical side of things and response side of things, once they're on scene and kind of understand how the scene is developed and the call is developed.
Is that also like when you're dealing with personal information, like when you're checking a person's license plate or checking a person's ID? Is that what you use now as those encrypted channels? We do use a secure information channel to run folks' information to get criminal checks on them. We do use an encrypted channel for that. Okay. For folks who maybe haven't talked to a bunch of officers, we've talked to a bunch of officers who've told us their big concern is running into folks who maybe know they're coming, or even diversionary tactics where they're creating crimes in areas farther away from where they're actually aiming to commit crimes, in a larger number. What are you hearing from folks about the justifications for why this would be a benefit?
Well, I mean, exactly what you asked is we do see this happening on, very often, that folks, the criminal element, are utilizing these scanner apps. And I mean, we, just from personal experience, going to a call and in the 911 details, whoever's calling in says, so-and-so utilizes a scanner app, and just letting us know that. That's happened a handful of times. It's not always necessarily documented that that's happening, but it has happened. I've made an arrest where the arrestee actually had the scanner app open when we made that arrest. Luckily, it turned out safe, and he was safe, and everything. But we do deal with that. We do deal with different incidents where that plays a role, or we have intelligence that it is playing a role, and it makes it a challenge for us to keep the public safe, and also for our officers to stay safe when they're responding to those calls, and knowing that when they're showing up that they have some information that maybe there's some control there that we could have to make that situation a little safer.
What would the benefit be of encrypting if they're using the apps right now? And my understanding is that you guys already provide the feed to a lot of those apps. Do you have the ability now, since it's a public feed, do you have the ability to delay how long they receive it, or is that something that would only come with encryption?
So, from my limited understanding, I know there has been a delay in a specific app in the past. I don't know that there is a delay anymore. And those are all things that we're looking at. We're not making a decision right here and now on encrypting all of our channels. We're looking at all of our different options, looking at what would be most beneficial for not just our department, but for the public as well, and for the media, because obviously we value our media partners. They act as a partner and conduit of public information and spreading the information out to the public so that when there is an incident, they keep people away from that area. So, I mean, we very much work together, and that's not something, we don't want to alienate anyone, but we're also exploring the different options that we have. Maybe a delay is an option that we look into, and we definitely are looking into. That has been part of the conversation. So part of that preliminary conversation is looking at all the options, whether we encrypt and we have no access to anybody with the exception of maybe the media. I mean, we're looking at all the options.
And when you talk about the media, I mean, obviously that's a pretty wide gamut from, television stations and newspapers to, large Twitter followings like Omaha Scanner and NOS Media that do a pretty nice job too. When you deal with an agency like that, I mean, they've built a following that probably has saved you guys some calls. Over time. I mean, when something's happening in a neighborhood, oftentimes that's one of the first places they go is to go look and see in Scanner where they are.
Right.
How much of a blowback would you guys face if that got later, if that feed got delayed, that people do use when they see a wreck or when they see you guys dispatched to an area?
Right. So again, we're looking into that. We're taking that into consideration. Omaha Scanner does a really good job on reporting and keeping the public up to date with what's going on in the city. And obviously, encrypting our channels, that would be a consequence for them, not an intentional consequence or intended consequence, but yeah, that would probably hurt what they're trying to do and what they've established. So we're bringing people to the table. We have a meeting later this week where we're bringing those stakeholders to the table, and they're included in that to kind of hear the other side, not just our side for their understanding, but our understanding of their side. So those are things we're taking into account. Obviously, like I said, we don't want to alienate anybody, but there is a fine balance there too, where there is that safety piece, but there is that transparency piece. So where those meet or maybe they don't, that's what we're still trying to decipher and decide on.
And that's one of the things, obviously, we hear from a lot of people on supportive of the police department and those who are critical. One of the things the critics say most often is, how does a department that is pushing for additional transparency, why are they pushing for this or even considering this behind the scenes without involving the public in those discussions? I mean, we would have had this discussion if not for some folks coming forward.
Right. So, yeah, and I understand their angst and anxiety in this decision, but at the same time, it hasn't been decided yet. We made the decision to look into it. We haven't set a date. We haven't done anything like that because we're not there yet. We're still looking at all the pieces. There's a lot of logistics involved. There's obviously the media piece and just the transparency piece overall. So yeah, I can understand folks worried about it, and we obviously are huge on the side of really wanting to be transparent. That's part of our mission, and our goal as a department is to be as transparent as we possibly can. Sometimes we can't be transparent with certain things, and that's because of public safety or an officer safety issue and tactics-wise, and that's kind of how it goes. But on the overall scheme of things, we really truly want to be transparent in this. And I understand that some folks came forward. A lot of it's rumor. We are in the preliminary stages of this. There really hasn't been too many conversations aside from let's look into this and see what value is there, and if there's not, then we'll look at other things. We're constantly assessing and reassessing our policies and procedures, how we do things, how it falls in line with best practice in policing, and how that falls in line with just the community we have here. Just because something works in California or the other coast, you know, in New York or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean that it works here in Omaha. So we're constantly looking at that and seeing, you know, making tweaks here, tweaks there, and we often ask for assistance in that with different conversations and communication with, you know, other city officials, the public, and this is simply just we're still in the preliminary stages, so we haven't gotten that far down the road, and that's why we're starting to have these conversations where we feel starting to get some information coming in and like, hey, this is beneficial to sit down and really talk about it and see where we can maybe come together and kind of come to a mutual decision here.
You mentioned the logistical challenges of trying to pull off something like this. Does the department yet have a ballpark estimate of what it would cost or what you'd have to replace to be able to make this happen?
Right. I don't have any firm numbers or anything like that, unfortunately. Still, as I said, just because we're early on in the process, we're looking at all that. I
just didn't know if the current radios could be used in the system.
They can. The logistical issue there with that, each radio would have to be touched essentially. So we'd have to go through all of our radios, and that encryption password or code would have to be put into them. So they all have the capability of doing that now because we already have encrypted channels with those radios. But that's just, I mean, we only have so many folks to do that, and there'd be some.
How many radios do you have ballpark?
That's a great question.
Okay.
I mean, we have 906 authorized strength, so I mean, at least probably close to 1,000 at least, if not more. So yeah, so there's a lot of logistics there that we have to look through. We moved over to new radios a handful of years ago, and that was a big step in a new direction as far as technology and our radio communications, and I know that was a big undertaking. So this would be a big undertaking as well. So that's why we're really taking the slow steps of looking at it. Is this feasible? How long would it take? What would it cost? Is that, I mean, obviously being a good steward of public funds, we want to make sure that we're making the right decision on that end too.
In terms of timing, I mean, Lincoln obviously just did this. I know you guys have talked to their department a little bit about their experience in 2019 when they went full encrypted. How long of a process is this? I mean, people who are worried you might be able to flip a switch in 2 months, what's a realistic time frame for this to even be possible if you made the decision? Right.
So we've been looking into it for some time. But as far as this isn't a decision that you can just like tomorrow or like we're going to do this. It takes a lot of time. As far as the timeline, the actual timeline, I'm not aware of that. That's something I can definitely get back to you on what a realistic timeline is. But it's not a decision that we can just make overnight because of the logistics, because of the financials involved in it, and also just the decision making of whether or not this is a viable option for our department to do on the end of transparency and the things that we value and the community values in us. Whether that's a good decision or not. So it's not something we're going to, take lightly and just make a hasty decision. We're definitely taking our time and, want to have those conversations and want to be as transparent as possible.
Circling back to something you said earlier, you mentioned that you'd had a personal arrest where you'd seen someone with a scanner app. Do you know, or does the department know in its research for this at this point, whether any officers had been injured because of scanner awareness by a suspect at this point? Do you have any knowledge of any of those types of incidents in recent years?
I don't have any knowledge of that specifically, but we do run into it more often than I think people would probably think. That being public access, anyone can do that. I don't know if it requires a subscription or anything like that to the current app, but it's definitely accessible. And when you're involved in criminal activity, you're going to take the steps to try and protect yourself and not get caught. And we have found that a lot of folks are doing that, whether that's going to burglary calls or just even other calls where we show up and they're gone already. So we do have intelligence where we've talked to people and they've admitted that they've used these types of apps before. So we definitely are aware, and that's the biggest reason why we're looking into this is that public safety piece and the officer safety piece that goes along with it just because we don't have documentation necessarily now of any injuries or anyone getting hurt. we do have real life experience that this is occurring, this is a problem, this is a challenge that we are looking at a solution for. It's not a checkbox or a line item on our reports that we keep track of, but we are aware, like I said, with my personal experience, it's happened a handful of times where I'm going to 911 calls, and that's in the call notes that that person or that individual uses an app to listen to police activity, and just the personal experience with an arrest that I've made, that they had that app open when the arrest was being made. So,
and for folks who maybe don't understand how the process works, what would having it encrypted change on the apps? What types of control would that give you that would help in those kinds of circumstances?
So, from my understanding, it depends. I know other departments in different parts of the nation have taken different approaches to that. Some have gone fully encrypted. They provide no access to the public. They even provide no access to the media, and that's their choice. That's how they operate. How we do things here might very well be different. So it could be a hybrid approach. I know one agency, the initial call details come out on a public access radio channel, and then the rest of the call is on an encrypted channel for officer safety reasons and public safety reasons. And then at the end of the call, the disposition is put out publicly. So there's different approaches to it. It just kind of depends on, I don't think that's one size fits all. I think that's why we want to have those conversations. So there's different ways we can do it. There could be a delay. There could be a 10-minute delay, like you mentioned earlier, that we've seen in the past, where that app actually puts it out 10 minutes later. And that would give officers an opportunity to get there, because just speaking from experience again, when you go to a 911 call, just because the call notes and what the call actually says and you get there, they could be two different things, or it could be way more or way less than what you're expecting. So giving the opportunity for the officers to get there, figure it out, and really kind of go from there, that there's benefits there. So that's what we're also looking at. So whether those benefits outweigh all the other important things that we're looking at with community partnership and transparency, we're looking into that.
What do I not know enough to ask you about that you think would help people understand what you're doing right now in the process?
I think the important note here is letting folks know that we're very early on in this process. There's nothing that we're trying to hide. We're not trying to be sneaky about what we're doing. We look into lots of different things. We assess and reassess how we do things, and that's not always privy or public knowledge that we do that, but I think the public could know that that's how we care for the public. We're constantly reassessing and looking at how we can do things better so that we can better serve and also keep our folks safe as well. And this is one of those instances where we're at the preliminary stages. We're really just trying to understand what our capability is, what our options are, and how we can move forward one way or the other, whether we actually encrypt our main channels or we have some sort of hybrid approach, or we decide that this isn't for us, and the transparency piece and the public trust piece outweighs what that might do. So we're really just trying to figure that all out and trying to understand it so that we can make the best decision and also communicate that to our other partners, the media and the public and everything, so that they have a better understanding of where we're coming from. And that's really what we're trying to do, is just look at all of our options and make the most educated decision possible based on what we need here in Omaha.
But in fairness, this wouldn't have come out unless some people had done some digging for a while. So at what point in the process would the public have been able to get engaged? Would it have already been when it was decided?
Right. Like I said, we're not even close to a decision. And as far as when that all comes to light, it's not my decision. Obviously, that's up to the chief of police, and he's very transparent. He tries to be very upfront about things and not make hasty decisions, and I think that's how he's been able to garner a lot of the partnerships that he has here in Omaha. He doesn't hide from anything. I mean, you ask him straight up about a lot of different things, he's going to tell you, his thoughts, and that's why he's very active in, the Empowerment Network on 360 meetings. We're very involved in that. We're involved in other community organizations and part of those conversations, it doesn't surprise me that the word got out, because we're not trying to hide it. I mean, this is something as an officer that we've been discussing for a while, whether it's on the rumor side of things or actually physically looking at things. We know other agencies use encrypted channels, and there's benefits to it, and there's obviously things that kind of hurt their partnership with their community possibly. And that's something that they have to balance and have to decide on what they want to do, and that's a decision we have to make as well. But we do want to be transparent about it.
Okay. Last question. If someone in the public has some thoughts on this and wants to share them with the department, how can they?
They can contact our office, the Public Information Office. We definitely take lots of different questions. We're kind of the catch-all for the department for any sort of questions, whether it's a media inquiry or just a general question from the public. We're able to kind of filter that to where it needs to go. And if we're able to answer that and maybe provide some clarity on different issues, this being one of them, we're happy to do that. We'll definitely take that opportunity to communicate.